Hi there and welcome. It's Jackie here from stampinjack.com. It is Thursday, the 16th of June, and it is Facebook Live time. We're doing Thursday this week because I unexpectedly, rather than our usual Wednesday, because I unexpectedly needed to do an airport run last night. So here we are. But as it turns out, it was a good thing because this morning my new catalogue and goodies from the July to December mini catalogue arrived. So I'm assuming that you guys will be wanting me to go through what I've ordered so you can see it. Hi Lynn, welcome. So yeah, good point. If you're watching this, when you join, if you wouldn't mind sharing, this would be great. And if you're watching this on YouTube on the replay, then if you give it a thumbs up and if you can share it, that would also be fantastic. Hi Kat, welcome, good to see you. Hi Diane. Good, we'll have people coming in. So as I say, change of plan for today because I can't show you the inside of this catalogue because it goes live on the 1st of July. And of course, our second celebration of the year also starts on the 1st of July and runs for 2 months. So my box of goodies arrived today. So I shall go through and let you see what I've got. Do please leave me any questions or comments in the comments. And the plan is it's hardly a plan really, but what I will do is once I've gone through and shown you everything I've got, then I'll have a go at playing with some stuff. Now, it'll be completely winging it, but it won't be the first time. So as I'm going through, if there's anything in particular that you want me to pull out and play with, then just, as I say, leave me a comment and I'll do my best. So obviously, this stuff all goes live on the 1st of July. So that means that everything that's in the Spring-Summer catalogue that's not carrying over into the new annual catalogue will go away at the end of this month. So you've got just over a fortnight. You've got a fortnight to sort yourself out with that. And last week we made, so just wanted to show you in case you missed it last week, we made some masculine cards using some of the stuff that's retiring from the spring summer catalogue. So if you haven't seen this, then do check out last week's live. It's on the Facebook page here and you'll find it on YouTube. So some cute ideas there for masculine cards. So let's dive straight in, shall we? I mean, literally, I've taken some of the wrappings off some of this stuff. So, and obviously I've seen it in my catalogue, but I haven't really examined all of this stuff yet. So you're sharing it with me as we go. So let's get started. Now, first thing I have to say is, it's way too early in the year to be even thinking about Christmas, okay? So I'm telling you that now. And as I went through catalogue, there's lots of really good Christmas stuff in there, but it's just, I'm not going to Christmas in the middle of June. So most of the stuff that I've gotten that has a Christmas element to it, I've gotten it because I can probably use it between now and when I actually start making Christmas cards, which is around about September. So, as I say, there's lots of Christmas stuff in there, but I haven't really gotten very much of it. So just to give you that caveat right now. I did get all the papers though, so you'll be able to see all of them. So let's get going. I'm going to sit down for this, and then hopefully I'll be able to see your comments. So let me just set myself up here. Make sure I can see what's going on. Right, so first up we have the Fond of Autumn stamp set. So we've got a nice photopolymer one, but I really liked this image here. I think it'd be dead easy to colour. So I'm going to have some fun with that, and I do like some of the sentiments on the banner. And then you've got the coordinating dies. So here what we've got is obviously the banner, and then you've got this piece here, which I think cuts out the bits in the stamp set, if that makes sense. So you can see there's cutting there, so you could stamp that and then die cut it, and it will die cut out bits of it for you, and then you've got other little bits that it'll do. And then what you've got here, I think, again, I'm just figuring this one out, is that this will cut out the entire image. And then I think this kind of cuts out an impression of, I don't know how you'd work it, an impression of the image. Tell you what, shall we see what it actually does? How about that, rather than me guessing? So let's bring in, will it fit through my mini boss? It will. So let's grab a piece. So if, as I'm going along, if there's anything that you think, can you try that out for us, then just pop it in the comments and I'll see what we can do, because there'll be, as I say, I haven't played with any of this yet, so we're just going to find out what this die does. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so this has cut out the shape, and this, I see, I'll need to run this one through again, I think, because it's supposed to cut out the cut holes, basically. So let's run this through a couple of times, because it's quite detailed. There we go. There we are. So you can see, I'm not going to try and push it all out, so you can see. Got my die brush, one sec. Can't find my die brush. Sure I saw it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's a few more bits to take out, but you can see that it cuts out, so that's lovely layering die. But obviously if you were to just cut that into your cardstock, it would just cut that in without cutting the whole shape out. So I think that's going to be fun. So that is the Fond of Autumn. Okay. And again, this banner that we've got here, you can use it. I have no doubt that it will match up to lots of other sentiments that you'll have in your collection, as well as the ones that are here. Okay, so that's Fond of Autumn. There we go. Right, next is, it's a Christmas one. Christmas banners. And again, the reason I got this now is because of the banners. So obviously these sentiments fit into these banners, and the coordinating die set, as you can imagine, is, so it's got the different banners, that one, and that one. And then it also die cuts the stamped images as well. But again, these banners, you can put any kind of sentiment in under these banners. So I think I'm going to be using these, not for Christmas, but for other sentiments this year. And you can see they're quite nice and big, the stamps. So it's easy to make them a focal point on your card. Let's see, I just want to make sure I'm catching all your comments. Give me thumbs up or hearts or whatever it is if you like what I'm showing you. And remember, I shall be asking for favourites at the end. So this one, what I like about this one is that this is another one that's kind of all year round sort of stuff. So the stamp set is great. So you've got the Merry Christmas, but you've also got a lovely big Happy Birthday, nice hearts, a balloon, and you've got the mitten. You can see they're really good sizes. So this is good kind of for all year round. Hi Sue, welcome. But the dies that go with it, again, so what you've got is, you've got this piece which is a folding tag, and then you've got all these, you've got little candles, you've got the balloons, more candles, you've got the mitten, some hearts, another banner, you've got a little snowflake here. This cuts out, this basically will just cut out a panel. This one cuts, so basically this piece will fold up and in, so it creates like a little pocket. And then this or this will can cut like a hole in it and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of fun with these. But even if you're not making tags, this, if you cut this out and then cut it in half, that's tags for 2 cards and perfect for birthdays and everything. So this is definitely going to get plenty of use before Christmas. So I think this is a really good one. And even without the dies, the stamp set is really good. So I like that one. Celebrate with tags. Next is cottage reeds. Now I am a sucker for reeds. I really love them. So like the stamp set, and you'll see that the images are quite large, and again you've got all year round stuff, so Christmas, hello, grateful, boo. So this is something you can use for all sorts. Could use that tag to make a cracker, Diane. Potentially, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll have a think about how we might make that work. So then what we have here is we've got lots of stuff. So these two here cut out these 2 images. And then these cut out just reeds. You've got a bow, so you've got the detailed and you've got the outline. And then you've got all these other little bits that you can use to just layer up onto your reeds. So again, I think that's can always do with a good wreath die set in your arsenal. So definitely would go for that. Okay, so that's cottage wreaths. What's next? Now this one I think is probably one of my favorites. So this is a stamp set, a die set, and an embossing folder. So this is one of these hybrid embossing folders. So we've got a good range of images here. So again, kind of all year round, not just Christmas. I love the little house and the fact that the roof and the house are separate. So you can stamp them in 2 different colours. These are great for new home cards, as well as sort of the kind of gingerbread house Christmas. And then you've got this lovely tree ring, and it's actually quite large. And those of you who remember the Rooted with Nature stamp set we had a few years ago that I loved, this reminded me of that. And then you've got some like toadstools and stuff. But then what you have is, so you've got these dies. So you've got these dies here that kind of cut out leaves and various stamped images. And then you have this one. So what this does is you've got the embossing folder, okay, which creates this lovely ringed tree ring pattern. But when combined with, let me just open it, when combined with the die, let's get it in the right way, okay, there, when you run it through your folder, it will actually cut out those pieces, so you'll end up with these individual tree rings, okay. But then the other thing you can do is then you've got the individual detailed ones that you can layer, I think that goes in there, that you can layer inside. That'll, so you'll get the outside, and so you could do 2 different colors, so dark and a light. So this is really rather clever. And now I have to be really rather clever and try and get it back on in the right order. So there we go. So looking forward to playing with that one. I think, again, that's kind of an all year round, good for mail cards as well. And that's going to be a lot of fun. So that is Ringed with Nature. Just pop that back on there. Keep them all together. Next we have, yes, window wishes. So over the years we've had quite a few sort of window dies. That's where they cut out basically a window frame, and I've never really, well, I've never actually gone for any of them because none of them have ever really appealed to me, but I really liked this stamp set. Again, you've got another tree or house with different bits. You've got little wreath. I really like these little candles. And then let's show you the dies. So you've got this window, which is just a nice size, I think, for a card. So you've got the window frame, and then you've got like the bit inside for a panel. So you can create a little scene behind there with paper or dies or stamps or whatever. You've got a little car. So again, you could use that for all sorts of cards. You've got the little trees. Here's the pieces for the house. And what I really like here is clever with the candles is this is the piece that cuts out this part of the stamp, and then this is the piece that cuts out the flames. So obviously they'll always be different colors, but it's one single piece. So you just lay it in behind here, so you're not having to fiddle about with teeny tiny little bits. I think that's quite clever. And then you've got a little wreath which cuts out this, and then you've got this bit which kind of drapes over the top of the window. So and again, you've got this little bow. So I think there's a lot to do in this one that's not Christmas, so I can play with that, I think, between now and then. But yeah, I love the little card, or car, I should say. Okay. How are we doing so far, ladies? What are you thinking? Right, what else? Got a good bit to go yet. This next lot, excuse me, are the gnomes. I just think these guys are so cute. And again, you know, gnomes kind of come into their own at Christmas time, but these can use all year round. And again, kind of for kiddie cards, they're just sweet. And then we've got the dies. So you've got the dies here that cut out the images, but then you've also got the dies that cut out the bits. So you've got the beard, you've got a hat, various other bits and pieces. There's the boots. So you can kind of layer it up as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works. And obviously you've got the big toadstool. Now there's actually some paper to go with that, but I'll pick that up later because I'm going to do all the paper all at once. So yeah, these guys are really, really cute, and I think they'll be really, really easy to colour in actually. So even if you're colouring challenged, I think this should be a dead easy one for you to get to grips with. Nice simple images. Okay, this next one, it was really the dies that caught my eye with this. But then I kind of like the stamp set too, so given that it's a bundle, I got them together. So there's a couple of things. So the dies cut out the bird and the branch, okay, but the dies mostly work by themselves. So ignoring the bird, the branch would work by itself. I love these leaves. I think they're gorgeous, and again they remind me of some of the leaves that we had in the old Rooted with Nature stamp and die set. So these are really, really pretty. And then this one here, this is what caught my eye in terms of just creating. It's basically a woodland scene, so it's a great background die or something to put in an aperture or whatever. So again, I'm thinking this with a sponged background behind, or some of that Horizons Designer Series paper that's retiring. And I think because of the size of this is basically, you know, put a nice background behind this, a sentiment across the front, and your card is done. Really, really good. So, and again, these two leaves are beautiful. So looking forward to that one. I think that's lovely. And again, this has some lovely speckles. And I love the wishing you abundant joy and peace. No matter the season, I'm here for you. So there's some really nice sentiments in here as well. But if the stamp set is not your bag, the dies work equally well by themselves. So, what's next up? Now, this next one is Pure Christmas. I thought I'd better get something. We love a good snowman, and we did have the snowman punch retired. And now I can see why. So you've got the die that cuts out the body, and then you've got all the different bits. And what I like is that they've got the faces facing left and right, so you can have snowmen that are facing opposite directions, and then you've just got lots of different elements. And you've got the hats, the sunglasses, different smiles, different noses, got the hands, and the dies cut out all of these images. So you can see there's two different hand images. This is the bow tie, and we've got some little snowflakes. I love this tree and this tree. I think they're cool. And then what really caught my eye again was this frame die with the snowflakes around the edge. So I think you can have a lot. Again, this is very simple. You just, you know, a little bit of a background on here, sentiment in the middle, front of your card, done. Very, very easy. And those of you who know me know that when it comes to Christmas cards, because we make them in bulk, I like to have them easy. So you may not see me playing with this one for a little while, but I think when I do start thinking about Christmas, this is going to be cool. And I like that. It's the most magical time of the year. Really, really lovely. Okay, so that's Snowman. Next one is Pure Christmas as well. So this is Sweet Candy Canes. I love candy canes. There's paper to go with this, which I'll show you in a minute. I love the fact that these are really big images, and you've got some nice sentiments as well, sort of outside and in as well. And then if you look at the dies, again, these cut out the stamped images, but this tag here, you could use any time of the year, so it cuts out the little holes here so you can thread some ribbon through it, so you could use that for all sorts of stuff. And this was the reason why I bought it now. I love this panel here. Again, great background, lots of, and even if you just wanted to cut out a load of strips of cardstock for other techniques, lots on here to do. So I think I'm going to have quite a bit of fun. You'll see this one coming out before Christmas, even if you don't see the rest of the stamp set or dies. So that's the candy canes. So you're going to need to start suggesting to me what you'd like to see, so that I can start thinking about how I might do it. Ah, I can see some comments here. Right, they're not coming through on my phone. So Kat says she got the gnomes. Do you know what? That doesn't surprise me. And I hope once you start to play with them, you can show us what you've made. Okay, so next up, we've got some just plain stamp sets, no dies. So we've got Painted Pheasant, and I'll be perfectly honest, the main reason I got this is for this guy, because we have pheasants in our garden, and I love the sort of watercolory image here. It's quite a good size too, so I think I'm going to just play around with the colouring on that, and I like a pleasant little note, which is also quite a nice little sentiment. So I like that. This one, this just made me laugh. So the time for a card again, and the card again. But again, this is good for mail cards. I love the flag, again, good for mail cards, particularly if you've got a golfer. And I love the typewriter as well. I like the Our Friendship Will Live Forever, unlike most of the plants I've owned, because anyone who knows me knows that I am rubbish. You've heard of a green thumb, well I have a black thumb. I have literally killed every single plant I've ever owned, so that made me laugh. And then finally, this one, it was just so gorgeous. I mean, these images, there's kind of that distinctive image, again, nice big image, which kind of be the center point for your card, but then the font of the sentiments was just beautiful. So the hello and for you, I use those two a lot on cards, so I just thought this was just pretty and lovely, so that's why I've got that one. So you can expect to see all of those well before Christmas. As I say, there's lots more in the catalogue that is pure Christmas, but I won't be getting that yet. I won't be getting that until much closer. I just can't be doing with Christmas cards right now. I know some of you do Christmas cards all year round, and it's very sensible of you, but I just can't get into that. Can't get into that flow, I'm afraid. So now let's do the papers next. I've still got quite a lot to show you. We've got some celebration stuff as well. Now, why are the comments not showing? Let me just bear with me 1 second. I just want to make sure that I can see them. Okay. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a play around here so that I can try and make sure that I can see the comments on my phone here rather than trying to see it on my computer, which is a bit slow, so bear with. No, that's not what I want. I think that's effects. Oh, now I've done it. Now I've frozen everything. Hopefully you can still see me, so I'm just going to keep going until that clears. So this is metallic and shimmer speciality paper. So let's have a look at this. Ooh. So this is glimmery. You see that? Really pretty. So you got black with kind of silver and white. So it's single-sided. And then you've got evening evergreen, this is, with gold. And then you've got Cajun craze, I think it is, with pumpkin pie. So that's really, really lovely. So there's 1, 2, 3. So there's 4 sheets of each. That's really pretty, and I love the texture of it. It's glittery, but it's you can't feel the glitter. It's I don't know how you describe. It feels like vinyl, actually. So really, really nice. That is the metallic and shimmer specialty paper. Yep. Then we have lights aglow. Let's have a look at this one. Again, 6 by 6. So let's just go through these. Oh, I like those. Now this is part of a suite, and there is coordinating stamps and dies that goes with this. Oh, look at that. Pretty. So you can see lots here that's not just Christmas, which I always like. So I think it's the same patterns. Oh no, they're different. So you got the bouquet again. I love this. This is gorgeous. So this coordinates with a die set that's in the coordinating dies, but obviously that's 100% Christmas, so I haven't gone there yet. There we go. Oh, some multicolored little stars. So this has got, as I say, it's just got gold accents. Love that. So you've got cherry cobbler, evening evergreen. Here's some soft succulent. Beautiful. And then you've got some more of those frames. A bit more evening evergreen. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You can see lots of possibilities with that. And then we've got some black. Oh, I like that. I mean, some black bouquet. That's really, really cool. So really cool stuff on here. Excuse me 1 second. Everything's just... Yeah, here we go. Okay. I think I've accidentally clicked something that adds a filter, and I don't want to add a filter, so we'll just let it catch up with itself. We'll carry on with the paper. So next up is Rustic Harvest. So obviously this is a 12 by 12 set. So let's see what we've got here. So this is Cajun Craze. I think this is, let's see what it says. Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Mary Mallow, and Mossy Meadow. So this is very autumnal. But oh, I like that stripe. Love that pattern in black and white. This is cool. I like this. This is a lot of Stampin' Up's paper packs have now started having these where basically you can just cut it in 6 and you've got your card fronts ready made. Just add a sentiment and you're done. So that's good. And then a nice pattern on the back. Gourds, if you're into that. Always reminds me of Monty Python when I hear the word gourd. Nice neutral pattern there. That's pretty. You could see you could do some nice colouring and sponging on here to add a bit of colour. And then nice and a nice check pattern. So that's a really, so as I say, when you look at this bit and you think pumpkins, not that bothered about pumpkins actually. There's quite a lot in there. What's next? This is black and white designs. So I think in the catalogue this is located with the Halloween stuff, so it's easy to miss. But I think this is definite one to get some great background images here. You can't go wrong with black and white, and then obviously you can always sponge in colour as well. Great for masculine cards too. Love this Harlequin print. And look at it on the back too. So just some really gorgeous, bold designs here. Definitely, that reminds me of Beetlejuice. Does anybody remember that movie? And then you've got some stars. So love that black and white one. Really, really nice. Let's see what's next. Here are the gnomes that I talked about earlier. So the dies will cut out these gnomes, so you don't even have to colour in the images, you don't even have to stamp them, you can just die cut them out. And then you've got that kind of Nordic background, really nice. Oh, lovely. Oh, that's bright. I think that's Pacific Point, not a colour I'd normally go with for Christmas, but it's really pretty. You've got some little vignettes that you could fussy cut out. And the dies will cut out these toadstools, which is cool. Cute little critters and animals. Oh, and then I like this. I like these little trees. Very pretty. More gnomes. More snowflakes. More toadstools. Oh, and I like that snowflake background. Really, really nice. Okay, so that's the gnomes. So Kat, did you get the gnomes? Did you get the gnomes paper as well to go with your bits? Right, this one is Gingham Cottage, and this is a big paper pack. So this is 48 sheets. So this is designed, this is in the same product suite as the wreaths, but actually it doesn't coordinate in that sense. So just got some, so you got 4 of each design, whereas normally in one of our 12 by 12 paperbacks you've got paper packs, you've got 2 of each design. So we'll just see, you've got black, Daffodil Delight, and So Saffron, I think that is. Not sure what colour. I think it looks like Calypso Coral. Red. Black and grey. Blushing Bride, Smoky Slate. I have to say, I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit on the fence with these because I love a gingham, but I think these might be a little on the large side for my liking, but we'll have a play and see. I do like this one. This is my favourite, and I don't normally go for orange, but I do like that. This is a soft succulent, I think. I think probably the reason I like it is that this sort of gingham is closer to the kind of pattern that I like. It's a bit Smoky Slate. The black on the background. And I think this is Garden Green. So I think some of these would be good for those kind of grungy, especially teenagey or male cards. So there we go, that's got a diagonal pattern there. So that is, but that's, as I say, that's a 48 sheet pack. That is Gingham Cottage. Here we go. What have we got next? Ah, yes. So here's the candy cane paper. So the candy cane dies, in addition to cutting out the stamps, will also cut out these canes. So it saves you even colouring. Okay, so, and then I love the stripes in this paper. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And again, while they're really, really Christmassy, you can use, I think these stripes you could use all year round, again with those dots. So the colours here are Real Red, Garden Green and Pool Party, I think. Really, really lovely. There we go. And I think, let me check, I think that this paper pattern goes with the die. So let me have a look and see. Yes, so I don't know if you can see that. If I lay that across the paper, you'll see that it cuts out these stripes. So you'll get these three stripes together, you'll get the little white bits and you'll get the red. So that should be interesting. Yep. Now what's on the back of this one? Ah, some nice diamonds. So lovely paper. This again, can't go wrong with those stripes. Love the colours. Next up is this one was in the Christmas catalogue last year, and they've brought it back. So this is the Painted Christmas. So some of you, some of you may have this one already. Really, really pretty. Again, I love the colours. And this has got a good range, but it's all kind of foliage and cones. Love that one. Great for the backgrounds. Here we go. There we are. So really, really like this. I particularly like this front sheet. I think it's lovely. So as I say, some of you may have this already from last year. What's next? Ah, yes, this is Santa Express. So there is a stamp set and die set that goes with this, and the dies cut out quite a lot of these images. But as I say, not doing Christmas just yet. You've got some nice stripes, and then you've got some Santa and Mrs. Claus images with different ethnicities, which is kind of nice. And then here's the carriage that goes behind the Santa Express. I love this, the ho ho ho's. And this one here has got fa la 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 written all over it. I don't know if you can see that. Cute. Lots of presents. And again, that's a really fun background. Love the little images on this one, the trees. Really, really pretty. Fabulous. And then this one, I think this is designed for you to sort of cut it and then add your die cut images here to create a scene. But you could use these for regular cards and get 3, but I think these would also work really, really well with slimline cards. You could probably get 2. So that's really, really fun. I like that. Get quite a lot. And then you've got the stars on the back. So again, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of petal pink generally as a colour, and certainly not for Christmas, but I do actually like the backs of this paper quite a lot. Next, are you still with me, ladies? We're still going. Okay, so this one is Boughs of Holly. So again, there's a stamp and die set that coordinates with this, but not going there just yet. You'll see it another time. But I like these poinsettias, very nice. Oh, and just again, I love when we've got these kind of very neutral backgrounds, because it makes it easier. If you want to combine your patterned papers, it's always good to have one that's in the same colorway but more plain. Otherwise it starts to look a bit busy. Like this one with the white. I have a feeling, but I'm not sure, that the dies will cut out some of these images. Love that bark background. And trees. And again, another green, lovely. It's kind of got a vintagey look to this paper, doesn't it? That's good. Again, masculine cards all year long, easy peasy for a lot of this. Yeah, another plainer background. And then what's on the back of this? Ooh, look at that. Camouflage. Okay, so that's that. Few more papers. So we've got some speciality paper next. So this is the Splendid Day. So this is foil, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this properly in the light, but I'll do my best. So it's double-sided. So let's see what the colours on this are, so I can try and... We've got copper. So you've got the white on copper. Really, really lovely. And then obviously you've just got a... It looks like a linen texture, but it doesn't have that actual texture. So that's cute. And then, oh, look at this one. So this is like pearl, sort of pearlized, but they're soft, succulent. Can you see that? And then the white pattern embossed on it. This is really pretty. I love this. Oh, and the background is lovely too. That's one I'm going to struggle with which side to use. What's this one? So this one is silver. Really, really nice. And then a very subtle linen background for that. This, I think, is the Fresh Freesia. So it's hard to see it, but when the light catches it, you can see it's purple, very light purple. But again, with the white embossed, and there you can see the Fresh Freesia on the back. And then here we have another one. So this is gold. So again, this is one of those ones where there's your card, sorted, done, just to add a sentiment. Really, really lovely. And then a very soft, I think that's a, that must be a, what colour? Oh, might be Sahara Sand on the background. And then this one, I think, is Petal Pink. So again, similar layout. Yeah, and then you've got a nice pink design on the back. So these are beautiful. Really, really lovely, these. Very special. Won't be using these on cards for just anybody, you know. Only my favourite people will get it. So, Kat, you've seen that DSP in person. Is that the foil? Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So the next one is our Snowflake Speciality Vellum. Again, I hope I can do this one justice. This is the first time I've seen it in person. So first of all, we've got, so it's vellum, as you can see, but it's got iridescent on it. So these are all snowflakes. Really, really lovely. So it's only done on one side, but look at that. There you can see the colours. Isn't that spectacular? So you've got silver and white. So then you have the dots, and again they're iridescent and white. So we've got a little bit of texture to it. But again, this one, any time of the year you could do it, and this would definitely stand up well for a bit sponging. And then you've got some different snowflakes. But again, that iridescent bit. And then you've got it again, but like flocked. So like it's like felt on the vellum. Really, really beautiful texture on this. I think I prefer this to the iridescent, but it's gorgeous. And then look at that. I could have a whole packet just of this sheet. That is beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. And then here's the other snowflake design again, just in the with the flocked. It's like, as I say, it's like flock, velvet, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there we go. So that's everything I've got so far from the catalogue. Down out of the way, but that's not all, because oh no, I've got a few more bits. Hang on, I've also got celebration to do. There's a few bits and pieces here that I want to go through with you. So we've got these adhesive gems, the foil. Yeah, no, it's absolutely beautiful, Cat. I am going to struggle to use it. I'll be perfectly honest. It'll be one of those where I reach for it and go, I'm afraid to cut into it, so I'll have to be brave. So these are the fine sparkle adhesive back gems. These coordinate with the gnomes stuff. And so the colours on here, it doesn't say, but they're just really cute. So you've got this sparkly pink, a peach, this blue, and then this looks like soft succulent, probably Pacific Point or Balmy Blue, probably what's in colour, pale papaya, and that might well be don't know, some kind of pink anyway, but anyway, they're pretty, like them. Then we've got this, which is the threaded twine. So I think this is probably a bit thick for cards, but will be good for wrapping and stuff. But what I like about it, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got bits of silver running through it, which makes it a bit extra special. So that's nice. Got some balmy blue ribbon. So this is basically white ribbon with effectively some balmy blue stitched down the center. So I like the color on that. Really, really lovely. Very pretty. And then we got, so this is Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. Now, I think we had this before. I'll have to play around with it, but I think this is one where you put it on and then you heat it and it puffs up. So I'll have to play with that and confirm to you. And then these really look like a lot of fun, and like they'd probably last forever. So these are Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. So I'm just going to grab something. So these are like Nouveau drops or something, I guess. So let's see. There we go. So we've got white, red, ooh, and I've tried drops before, and I always had trouble getting the drops uniform. So this tip really, really helps. So there we go. It says it's black, but it looks more like a kind of a gunmetal. So there you go. And then we just let those dry. And the reason I've done it on the silicone is that then I can just pick them up off of there, and then pop them onto my cards. Really lovely. But obviously for Christmas time, you know, doing your snowman, so if you want his buttons and his eyes, red noses, and obviously white for snow. So really, really lovely colours for Christmas, but obviously can do for all sorts of stuff with these. I'm looking forward to playing with these. And again, I suspect these bottles will just last a very, very long time. So I'm just going to put this somewhere where I won't accidentally put something on top of it and ruin my little dots. And then finally, from the main, is this punch. So again, this punch comes with a stamp set. But I didn't really care for the stamp set, so I just got the punch. And whilst it shows as a diagonal, as a square, I think this is just going to be really, really fun. I'm just going to quickly cut one out. There you go. It's always easier, I find, to figure out what punches look like when you see the bit cut out. So I think this is going to be, you can use it as a diamond, but equally it's a very nice square bit for a sentiment or a focal point. So really, really like that. And again, for Christmas cards, punches are great because it's easy to do in bulk. Right. Yes, Diane, there's a lot of Christmas in there, but I think pretty much everything apart from the candy canes and the snowmen, and even the candy canes pretty much all of them have stuff in there that I can use before Christmas. But yeah, believe it or not, there's even more to come, which is just pure Christmas. Right, so next up is celebration. We've got a few things here. So first of all, we've got this paper. So this is the Rings of Love, and this is designed to coordinate with the Rings of Nature stamp and embossing folder and dies. But there's actually, I think there's only one piece that actually the dies coordinate with, but the rest is beautiful. So even if you don't get the stamp set or the dies, this is good. I think this is a £45 freebie. So for every £45 you spend, you get to pick a freebie. Look at that! Aren't they just gorgeous? Look at that! Oh, ooh, that's lovely. We've got some nice houses. We seem to have quite a few different house stamp sets and dies in this catalogue, which is nice. Interesting. So it's got a good range of patterns in here. So here, this is the pattern that coordinates with those dies. So the dies will cut out these rings for you. And I guess this is like a Christmassy poinsettia. Oh, and some nice tree branches. Excellent. So that's one. So that is the Rings of Love designer series paper, free with £45 purchase. Next up is silver and gold paper. So I think this will probably be my first choice of what to get free from the catalogue. So basically you've got how many sheets are there? You've got 24 sheets, so you've got these lovely stripes in gold. So you've got 6 of these, and again, some sponging over this foil will be gorgeous. They're single-sided, and then you've got the dots in gold, and then you've got the stripes in silver, and the dots in silver. So as I say, that would be my first choice. In fact, it was my first choice in terms of the freebies that I would choose from the Celebration catalogue. Yeah, that belongs there. Next up is, there's always a cute critter, kind of a tradition now in Celebration, and we have hippos, and these are sweet, sweet, sweet. And I love this one. See, it says, love you a ton. If you've got an elephant stamp set, image, die or whatever, then it would also work with that. So this is really, really cute. So that's free with £45 purchase. And then there's coordinating dies. So the dies cut out all the hippos, but then they've got interesting bits. So they've got like an umbrella and a swimming ring, a bathtub, a little boat, a hat, lots of little elements, a little wavy thing. So this is also free with £45. So if you spent £90, then you could get both of these. Okay, really good. Next up is the some cards and envelopes, and I do like when they do these in Celebration, because these again are always handy to have. So you've got, how many are there? So you've got 20. Okay, so you've got all the envelopes, so they're all the same on the front, and then you've got the, oh gosh, what way have they done them? And then you've got the printed on the inside, and then you've got 2 designs. So you've got the soft seafoam. So again, it's just pre-printed card base, very, very simple. And then the same again in the pool party. Really, really great. Always handy to have for quick and easy cards. So that's a £45 purchase. And then you've got this stamp set, which just immediately caught my eye. I love it. It's great. and this is free with a £90 purchase. So you can see again, it's really quite a big set. So the words are quite big, so lots of fun with that. So it's got to another year around the sun, it's going to be whatever, you've got this, you're doing amazing. I like that. Hey, good looking. Hey to you too. Woohoo, you did it. All sorts. So you can just combine them. So that's a lot of fun. So there is, that's my haul, so to speak, for want of a better word. So while I kind of try and put this all away for a minute. Oh, we've got a vote in for the hippos from Cat. Okay, so I won't put those away just yet. Anybody else got any other votes for what they'd like to see me play with? Let me just pop some of this stuff out of the way. It's all over the table at the minute, which leaves me no room whatsoever for making anything. So, what time have we got? Oh gosh, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to have to act fast. Let's see. So, okay. Let's try the hippos. So let me think now. Let's do this, guys. So let's do a bit of stamping first of all. So let's just grab a scrap here. This will do. And I think let's use our memento so we can do a bit of colouring. So let's do this one. Go. Okay. And then let's see. Let's do a few flowers. Okay, let's grab my Stampin' blends. So I want a bit grey. Let's have a look what have I got. I've got smoky slate, basic black. I don't think I want. Want a bit of red and a bit of pink. So I'm just grabbing my colours. A bit pink and yeah, we'll pick a colour for the flowers. So let's do our pink pieces first. I'm going to do the ears. And toes. I'm going to do a bit of a pink belly. Colour lifter. Yep. Just use that to blend. And then let's do our sleek and our dark. trying to make sure that I don't accidentally catch our little bits. I'm just going to put the lid of this back on. Alrighty, so let's just colour her all in. Do not forget the ears. Okay. Oop. Now let's add a bit of dark, so we've got a bit of shading. Just blend that out. There we go. Now we'll just add in the pink on her fingertips. Is that what they are? And let's do some yellow for the flower. Right, here we go. Okay, so now let's cut her out. Is this the die? Yes, it is. Oh. Bring in my mini boss on the plate. Line up my die. There we go, and we'll do the hearts. Got a scrap of red here from earlier somewhere. Here it is. Okay, and let's grab that punch. Go. Okay. some black, so love you a ton. Okay, and then what do we want? What do we want? We need some more hearts, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's just get a few more hearts. Okay, and then we want some ribbon. So let's try some of the, yeah, so this is part of the Pet's Party or something ribbon that's retiring. So we'll do that, and then let's see, I want something on the background, so there it is. So I've got the Celebrate with Tags stamp set, and this has got some hearts. So I'm going to take some real red. There we go. Piece of white, and then I think I have some grey. Yep. And I've changed my mind about the ribbon. So let's grab my go-to, if I can find it. No. Go-to is my white crinkle seam binding. I can't find that, so I'm just going to use some white linen ribbon. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So let's pop this up. And our hibbo. Okay, first though, let's attach our ribbon. Let's even try and get it straight, shall we? There we go. And then we've got our glue dots for our hearts. Okay, so for our little pieces, I think I'm only going to have time for this one card, but I promised you some crafting, so some crafting you will get, and I'm off the camera, so there we go. There we go. And then I'll just glue this into our white layer. There we go, and then we'll glue that onto our smoky slate. There we go. Yes, Kat, definitely off the cuff. I had some ideas in my mind of what I might use if you guys didn't have any suggestions, and hippos weren't it. So you put me on the spot. But anyway, there you go. Easy peasy. I think we're just going to have a lot of fun with these hippos. They're just so, so cute. So there you go. That is the new autumn winter catalogue. As I say, the catalogues themselves arrived today, so I'll be sending them out shortly. I've still got some annual catalogues, so if anybody wants one that hasn't received one yet, then let me know. I can put them in together. That's first ever card using the brand new stuff. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for being with me tonight, and I shall see you all again next week. Cheerio. Bye. Now I'm going to try and end, but it's not letting me, so excuse me.